Ends. How do you feel about them? I feel like they're almost a Marmite topic in crochet. You either hate weaving them in, or actually you don't mind it too much. Now, you may decide to crochet over your ends as you go. Personally, I don't think this is secure enough, and I like to weave in my ends. So grab yourself your tapestry needles and your scissors, and let's start weaving in some ends. So I tend to start from the outside of my work and work my way inwards. As you can see, I've already done the outermost ends and just have the ones in the middle left to show you. So try and move all of the other ends that you're not working on out of the way. I find, let me just move this so you can see, if you grab your yarn and use your needle to pick a bit up and pinch it between your thumb and your forefinger, you can then easily slide the tapestry needle over and pull it through. So there's no need to take lots of time threading your needle. I then pick up my work. I do find this a little bit easier with just a little bit closer to me, and then start weaving that needle in. Now for a corner to corner project, I do tend to go through the bottom part of the square rather than the top or the sides. Be sure not to just go under all of the stitches and to try and work through some of the fibres. This will help to hold on to the end and stop it coming out, for example, when you wash it. Now I tend to go backwards and forwards at least 3 or 4 times in order to make my end nice and secure. Usually you'll find when you get towards the end of however many passes you're happy with that it's getting a bit trickier to insert your needle, and that suggests that it's holding onto your yarn end a little better. You snip it off and there you go. So I'm going to repeat this for each of my ends. Some people prefer to have very long ends and they would weave it through larger sections of the project. It's entirely personal preference and what experience you've had with your ends coming out when you've been washing your projects. Now, as you can see, I have woven in all of my ends, but what do you do with all these little scraps? Here's what I do. I like to deposit my scraps into a mason jar. Not only is this a handy way of looking back on all of the projects that you have recently completed, but they are perfect for stuffing amigurumi, or my last full jar I stuffed into a Cozy Stripes draft excluder. I'll link to that below.